Breaking news: the Chief Justice of Nigeria to constitute Supreme Court panel that will hear Atiku and Peter Obi's appeal by Wednesday. Hi guys, welcome back to Spice Channel TV. Thank you for always coming out here. If you're joining us for the first time, please kindly subscribe and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you. The Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Olukayode Ariwoola, will constitute the Supreme Court panel that will hear the appeal arising from the judgment of the Presidential Election Petitions Court, latest on Wednesday. The Presidential Election Petition had on Wednesday, September 6, 2023, delivered a 12-hour judgment on the appeals arising from February 25, 2023 presidential election, upholding the election of President Bola Tinubu of the All Progressive Congress, the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party and the Labour Party, Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi respectively, rejected the court's judgment, vowing to approach the Supreme Court. They had 14 days from the day the judgment was delivered to file their appeal at the Apex Court, and on the 14th day timeline starts on Wednesday. While their legal teams were working hard to beat the deadline, news reporters gathered that at the Supreme Court on Friday that Ariwoola had yet to constitute the panel of Apex Court that would hear the appeal. Further investigations, however, revealed that the CJN will constitute the panel latest on Wednesday, when the timeline for the filing of the appeals will end. Multiple sources of the Apex Court also said the identities of the justices that may be named members of the panel were still unknown. One of the sources of the court said there is no information about the panel or the justice that would make up the panel for now. What we know is that the members of the panel may be named this week, latest by Wednesday. It was also learned on Friday that Obi's legal team may file an appeal on Tuesday, and it was further gathered that the presidential candidate is not planning to change members of his legal team. The spokesperson of the Obi Dati Presidential Campaign Council, Yanusa Tanko, and the national legal advisor of the Labour Party, Mr. Kehinde Edu, disclosed this in an interview. Well, my country people, this is it. We know that the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, and that of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, the both of them, they had approached the Supreme Court. In fact, they have approached the Supreme Court to appeal the judgment of the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. But now we know that the CJN would be in charge of this. So a lot of people have said Atiku and Obi, it seems that they may be wasting their time, their money, their resources trying to pursue this case at the Supreme Court. But then they say the end surely justify the means. Atiku and Obi, I'm sure they are hopeful that at some point they would get the justice that they so deserve, and they would reclaim the mandate they claim was stolen by Tinubu and the INEC and the ruling All Progressive Congress. But then, my country people, most people from the opposition party, that is the APC, have been saying a lot of things, making statements on how the presidential candidates of the PDP and the Labour Party are just wasting their time trying to pursue this case further. So, my country people, what are your thoughts on this? Wasting of time to fight for justice when people at the top are the ones appointing the judge there. Well, we all know what will be the outcome this time around. It would be the same people. Interestingly, this is the man the obedient insulted and threatened. We shall see how the story unfolds. Supreme Court will will even do worse. So no need. This would just be like a waste of time. Well, Tinubu, who Tinubu was the one who brought this man to Buhari. So no need oti law, but let them still file their matter so the world would know how it went and it will be recorded in history. We know nothing will change, but they want to finish the constitution. We will regret all these things in the future. Now, wow, this thing no clear o. This one that went to go and meet Tinubu on wheelchair, eh? We already know the outcome. The same ally to Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the one to constitute Supreme Court panel. Guess by now Atiku and Obi ought to know where the pendulum would swing to. It is finished though. They should better turn back because Nigeria is structurally not aligned to be transparent. It is not easy to go against the wishes of your boss. This is dead on arrival. Well, the look at his face, they would tell you that this one needs deliverance. Okay, guys, these are just reactions from Nigerians. Well, my country people, to our greatest surprise, the CJN, Chief Ari Wola, would, he's the one that would constitute the Supreme Court judges, those that will listen to this case, those that will give the final judgment. And there have been a lot of speculations on how the same CJN had, gone on wheelchair, flew out of the country just to see Bola Ahmed Tinubu then, before he became, he was inaugurated as the president. So my country people, I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comment section. Thank you.